Hi y'all, this is Larry from Deep South Texas, and today we're going to make cheese curds, the squeaky kind. My family has wanted to make these for a couple years now, so it's time to give it a try. And the ingredients are 2 gallons of whole milk, 1 package of direct set thermophilic culture, a half a teaspoon of animal rennet mixed with a 1/4 cup of water, a half a teaspoon of calcium chloride mixed in a 1/4 cup of water. And we'll also need about 2 tablespoons of cheese salt. So the first thing we do is we get our milk put into the double boiler. The milk is in the double boiler, and now we're going to heat that to 96 degrees Fahrenheit. The milk is at 96 degrees. Now we're going to add 1 packet of direct set thermophilic culture. And we're just going to let that set for 5 minutes to hydrate a little bit, and then we're going to stir that in. So that culture has had time to rehydrate. Let's get it thoroughly stirred into the milk. And then we will cover the pan and let it set for 30 minutes. Well, it's been 30 minutes. It's time to add in the calcium chloride. We'll stir that in real well. And now we'll add the rennet. And stir that in not more than a minute. Now we'll cover the pan and let it set for another 30 minutes and come back and check see if we have a clean break. It's been a half an hour. It's time to check and see if we have a clean break. I think we're going to wait another 10 minutes. So we've waited another 10 minutes, 40 minutes in all, and that's looking a lot better. So we're going to cut the curd, and we want to cut it into 1/2-inch cubes. Okay, the curd has been cut, and now we're going to cover that up and let it set for 5 minutes. For those cubes to heal up a little bit. Curds have had a chance to heal up, so now we're going to begin gently stirring them and bring them up in temperature to 116 degrees Fahrenheit over the next 30 minutes. If we see any large curds in there, we'll just cut them with the spoon. So we start off stirring very gently at first. As the curds cook a little bit, we can get a a little bit more aggressive in her stirring. Well, it's been 30 minutes and we've reached our target temperature of 116 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we'll just hold it at this temperature for another 30 minutes, stirring the whole time. Right now I have the power turned off to the double boiler. If it starts to drop a little bit, I'll bring it back on just a little, just to keep it at 116 degrees. Stirring time is up. I've been stirring for an hour altogether. The first 30 minutes to bring it up to 116, and the last 30 minutes maintaining 116 degrees Fahrenheit and continuing to stir. And the curds have shrunk considerably. Now we're going to let this set for 15 minutes, and the curds should sink down to the bottom, and then we'll put them in a cheesecloth to drain. Okay, the curds have been settling down for about 15 minutes. It's time to drain them. Got a cheesecloth lined strainer here, and I'm just pouring the curds into the cheesecloth. And now I'm just going to tie up the corners of the cheesecloth, and we're going to hang this for about 20 minutes to let it drain. Well, there it is hanging. It will hang there for 20 minutes, and then we'll take it down and place it back into the sieve and put a weight on it for about 2 hours. Well, the curds have been hanging for a couple hours, or 20 minutes I mean. It's now time to press them for about 2 hours. So, covered with cheesecloth. I've got a plate setting on top, and I have one of the 1 gallon milk containers filled with water. So we're going to press it with that. I think I'm going to turn that plate over the other way. And that will press for 2 hours. So we have been pressing this cheese for 2 hours. It's time now to take it out and see what we got. And there it is. Now I'm going to cut this into like thumb-sized pieces. So he's a little more cutting down, but it's looking pretty good. We'll get back to you when we have that done. So I have cut them up into kind of like thumb-sized slices. And now we're going to salt them. So I'm going to put on 2 tablespoons of cheese salt. And then mix that all together. And then I believe they're ready to eat. But stick around because we're going to make poutine. That's a Canadian delicacy. The cheese curds on French fries with gravy. A heart attack on a plate. And we also may try deep frying a few of these as well to see how that turns out. So the cheese curds aren't quite as squeaky as I was hoping for, so I'm going to leave them in this sieve overnight covered with a cheesecloth, and I'm expecting they'll be a little squeakier in the morning. But I'm not waiting for that for the poutine. We're going to try that right now. So here are the fries from our homegrown potatoes with the cheese curds. Now let's put some gravy on it. That looks pretty good. Now, I've never had this before, so let's give it a try. So let's give this a try. It's really good. A big thumbs up to our Canadian friends. Okay, let's try some deep fried cheese curds. They're looking pretty good. So let's give it a try. It looks pretty tasty. Very good. Very good. So here are the cheese curds. They came out great. Let's try one. Nice and squeaky. Very good. They taste a little bit better this morning than they did last night. So I would call this a success. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.